Hello again everyone. So in my last video I showed how we could use NodeRed to launch a UI.Vision macro. And in that video I used my favorite macro, which is the speed test macro. Now today what we will want to do is to take that integration one little step further to see how we can pass that result from UI.Vision into NodeRed. So let's take a look at the speed test macro again. So you see this is the speed test macro that I have, and these are the steps in the macro. And we know that when I ran that speed test, we stored the results in a test results CSV file. Now if we take a look at the CSV file, the first column is the date of the run, the second column would be the time, the third column is the download speed, and the fourth column is the upload speed. And we save, UI.Vision will save this into that CSV file, and in my case I'm storing that file on my local system hard drive. And if we look at the path to my UI.Vision home folder, it's on the desktop. So let's go to that folder and go to the data sources folder. We'll see that CSV file there. Okay, if we open it up, that's the same file containing the test results from the speed test run from UI.Vision. Now let's go and open up NodeRed, and you can see this is the flow that I had to launch the Chrome to run the UI.Vision macro in my last video. So today we're just going to add a few more nodes. And first we're going to add the watch node, and then a file in node. And then what we want to do next is to drag and drop a CSV parser node, and also a debug node. Okay. And then we'll just wire them up later, but what we'll do is we'll start by configuring the watch node, and what we want to do is to have NodeRed watch the test results file so that NodeRed gets fired up when the results file is updated by UI.Vision. Okay, so notice I'm pointing to that file, and also notice the backslashes must be converted to double backslashes in NodeRed. Okay, we'll give a name to the node, watch for test results file to be updated. Okay, we'll click done, and now we'll update and configure the file in node. Let's link it up first. Okay, and now okay, let's copy that file name from the previous node. Okay, because it's the same file that we're going to read. So a file in node really reads the file, and yeah, so essentially just give it a name, read the test results file. Okay, it's a CSV file, so what we want to do next is to have the parser automatically parse the CSV file. Okay, so what we're going to do is to tell NodeRed, to just give NodeRed an idea of the 4 columns: date, time, download speed, and upload speed. It's separated by comma. Okay, so NodeRed will provide essentially the code to parse the file for us. Okay. And we also want NodeRed to give us an array in a single message, so that we will get an array coming out from this parser node, and then we can process that array later. But before we actually process the array, let's link it up to the debug node, and we'll run it. And we'll start the UI.Vision macro from NodeRed, as you saw in the last video. can see that the speed test has started. My internet is a little slow today, so it's running a bit slow. But you can see, yep, as the page is being loaded, UI.Vision macro will run. Now we'll come back before the run finish. And yep, so we're back. You can see that NodeRed is still running the UI.Vision script, and there's nothing in the debug node here, debug pane. That's because the test is almost completed. Now once the UI.Vision macro finishes, you can see how NodeRed has determined that the test results files are updated. It has processed the CSV file, and it has spit out an array of all the test results, including the latest one, which is the one I'm just running on the 31st of October at 6:35 in the morning, with pretty bad download and upload speeds. Now that NodeRed has access to the test results from UI.Vision, that means we can do more things with it. So what we want to do is use a JavaScript function, and we'll drag and drop the function node in there, as you see on the screen now. And we'll wire the function node to the debug node so that whatever the function processes will be output to the debug pane. Okay, so what I want to do with the function is to get the last two results so that it can be printed into the debug pane. We first get the total number of results, and then we get the second last result and this last result, and we put together a message that says that the latest result is ran on this date, this time, and the download speed, and the second, the previous result before that. And we'll put everything into a output message object, tag it along to the message. Alright, and then if we go into the message object in the debug pane, we want to access the output message value that was updated in the JavaScript function. Alright, let's deploy the latest updates into NodeRed and start the test again. So here we have UI.Vision running again, running the speed test. Okay, and once again this will run a bit. We'll come back after the run, almost when the run is almost complete. Okay, and we're back. We can see that the run is almost complete now, and it's just completed. Alright, and you'll see the output this time in the debug pane is different. Instead of showing the array, we are actually seeing that the JavaScript function has done its job. It has picked up the latest results and the previous result before that, and I'll put that as a message, as you can see here. So that's it for this time, but we're certainly going to do more stuff with whatever it is we're building here together with UI.Vision and Node-Red in my upcoming videos. So if you like what you see, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And we're going to explore more on this integration between these two very cool products in the future. Thank you. Bye.